Hi everyone, I just wanted to come on real quick and do an example of using angle relationships to help you find missing angles. So this will help with your assignments and we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to use an envelope here to draw two parallel lines. I know they're parallel because each side of the envelope is going to be the same slope. And then I'm going to cut my parallel lines with another line, and you'll remember this line is called the transversal. Since these are lines, I'm going to put an arrow on the end of each one. Let's call this line A, this line B, and this line C. Since these are parallel, I'm also going to put a dark arrow on here. You might see this on diagrams to indicate that the lines are parallel. So what I know right now is that line A is parallel to line B. Now you also notice that when I drew my transversal, it created 8 different angles. These angles will be labeled in different ways depending on the problem that you're looking at. They might be labeled with numbers, they might be labeled with letters. I'm going to label them with numbers, and I'm just going to kind of go around and back up to the top. So they will not always be in this order, which is why it's really important that you're able to recognize angle relationships just by definition. So let me grab my protractor here and kind of see what we're looking at for our angle measurement. If I can find my protractor. All right, 1 second. Okay, I am back with my protractor. I think you guys can see. All right, cool. Let's see if I line it up. It's not a perfect protractor, but I can line up the ends and kind of see. It looks like angle 7 is just about 110 degrees. So I'm gonna say that that's our given information for right now. So we know that line A is parallel to line B, and that the measure of angle 7 is 110 degrees. So looking at this, you might have a question that says, if you know this information, what are the rest of the angles? Well, we need to use our knowledge of angle relationships in order to identify the rest of the angles. So first, let me just say, I'm going to go through this in an order that makes sense to me. There's no one right method for how to do this. You just need to be able to identify the different angle relationships in order to identify the angles. So I'm going to start this way. It's not the only way to do it. First, I want to pay attention to my corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are angles that are located in the exact same location on the parallel line. So angle 7 is right here on line B. Angle 1 is a corresponding angle with angle 7. They're in the exact same position on the two lines. And corresponding angles are congruent. If angles are congruent, it means that they have the same measure. So therefore, angle 1 is also 110 degrees. Now that I know angle 1, I think I'm going to look at my alternate exterior angles. So first we did our corresponding angles. In this case, we started with angle 7 and angle 1. And now we're going to do our alternate exterior angles. So angle 1 is an exterior angle. That means it's on the outside of the parallel lines. So exterior angles are angle 1, angle 2, angle 5, and angle 6. And then alternate means to be on the complete opposite side of the transversal. So it's not just like going to the opposite side of the transversal, but going to the complete opposite side, actually flipping over to the opposite exterior as well. So angle 1 and angle 5 are alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. They're always the same measure. So therefore, angle 5 is also 110 degrees. Now, maybe I want to look at my alternate interior angles. So interior angles are angle 3, angle 8, angle 4, and angle 7. And I already know the measure of angle 7. Well, if I stay in the interior, I'm in here, and I want the alternate interior angle. So again, it's not just flipping over to the other side. It's not number 4, angle 4. It's actually flipping over the transversal to the other side of the interior. So the interior alternate angles here are angle 7 and angle 3. And alternate interior angles are also always congruent. So therefore, angle 3 is 110 degrees. All right, now you'll notice we know all of our obtuse angles, and they're all equivalent. They're all congruent. They're the same measure. We don't know what our acute angles are, and we've already looked at our alternate exterior angles that we know. So our other alternate exterior angles would be angle 2 and angle 6, but that relationship doesn't really help me right now because I don't know the measure of angle 2 or the measure of angle 6, so I can't figure out the other one. Again, alternate interior angles, we had angle 3 and angle 7. We could also look at angle 4 and angle 8, but I don't know the measure of either of them, so that relationship is not going to really help me figure out what angle those are. So instead, we could look at same side angles. So let's start first with our same side interior angles. So same side refers to being on the same side of the transversal, and then interior again refers to being inside the parallel lines. So if we look at our same side interior angles, we have angle 3 here, and also on the same side interior is angle 4. So angle 3 and angle 4 are same side interior angles. Now, you might be able to notice by eye that angle 4 is an acute angle, angle 3 is an obtuse angle. They cannot be the same measure. Same side angles are not congruent. Instead, same side angles are supplementary. Supplementary angles have a sum of 180 degrees. So that means when you add the two angles together, they equal 180 degrees. So angle 3 plus angle 4 equals 180 degrees. 110 plus whatever the measure of angle 4 is 180 degrees. So what I could do to figure this out is do 180 degrees minus angle 3, which is 110 degrees, equals 70 degrees. So angle 4 is 70 degrees. So now we know angle 1, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Next, maybe we want to use same side exterior. So our same side exterior angles, let's say we want to figure out angle 2 next. So angle 2 and angle 5 are same side exterior angles. They're on the same side of the transversal, but they're on the exterior. They're on the outside of the parallel lines. So again, since they're supplementary, they add up to 180 degrees. We could say angle 2 plus 110 is 180 degrees. Or we could say 180 degrees minus 110 degrees equals angle 2, which is 70 degrees. So our same side exterior angles that we did were angle 2 and angle 5. Again, this is just the method that I'm using. It doesn't have to be the exact way that you do it. As long as you know your relationships, you can figure this out in different steps than what I've done. So I have 2 angles left that I need to figure out. Now there are a couple of things that we could do. We could say that angle 6 and angle 1 are same side exterior angles, and we could do the same thing we did on this side. And we could say that angle 7 and angle 8 are same side interior angles. We could do the same thing that we did with angle 3 and angle 4. But we don't have to do that, because now that I know angle 4, I know that angle 4 and angle 8 are alternate interior angles, and alternate interior angles are always congruent. Angle 4 and angle 8 are alternate interior. And since they're always congruent, then angle 8 has to have the same measure as angle 4. So angle 8 is going to be 70 degrees. And similarly for angle 6, we could say, yeah, we could do same side if we want, but we could also do alternate exterior angles. Angle 6 and angle 2 are alternate exterior angles, and alternate exterior angles are congruent. So therefore, angle 6 also has to be 70 degrees. Now I have all of my angles on this diagram. I was given only one angle to start with, angle 7, and just by knowing these relationships, I was able to figure out all of the other angles. So this is just an example to show you how you can use your angle relationships to identify angles, but also to find missing angles. And I hope this example helps you. This should help you with your assignments for my class as well as Mr. Battle's class. If it doesn't make sense or you have any questions, please just reach out and ask me. I hope you guys are doing well, and remember to always make the rest of your day the best of your day. I love you. Bye.